On April 24, 1970, Chiang Ching-kuo, the son of Chiang Kai-shek, survived an assassination attempt while in New York City. First, some background. Chiang Ching-kuo was born in 1910 to Chiang Kai-shek and Mao Fu-mei. He spent time in the Soviet Union, he served in the Chinese Army, and he came to Taiwan in 1949 with his father. He was in charge of the Taiwan Garrison Command, which was the name of the secret police in Taiwan. In 1970, Chiang Ching-kuo was serving as vice premier. This put him as second in the presidential line of succession, as the offices of premier and vice president were at the time held by the same person, Yen Jiagan. But everyone knew that Chiang Ching-kuo was Chiang Kai-shek's heir apparent, not Yen Jiagan. In 1970, he was in New York City to promote American trade with Taiwan. Peter Huang and Zheng Tsu-tsai were both born in the 1930s in Japanese-occupied Taiwan. Peter had studied journalism at National Chengchi University in Taipei, as well as Cornell in the United States. He was disillusioned with the authoritarian government of the Republic of China. Even though Taiwan was freer than mainland China, it was still under martial law. Huang was part of the growing Taiwan independence movement, made up of people who wanted nothing to do with China, whether it was the Republic of China or the People's Republic of China. He joined the organization World United Formosans for Independence. His brother-in-law, Zheng Tsu-tsai, had also studied in the United States and was also a member of World United Formosans for Independence. They hoped to replace the Republic of China with a new Republic of Taiwan. Members of this organization protested Chiang Ching-kuo's arrival in the United States. Eventually, Huang and Chiang came to the conclusion that they must assassinate Chiang Ching-kuo. As Chiang Ching-kuo entered the revolving door to the Plaza Hotel in New York around noon on April 24, 1970, Peter Huang pulled out his Beretta. A detective grabbed his wrist before he shot. The shot from Huang's gun hit the revolving door, but Chiang was unharmed. Zheng Tsu-tsai rushed to Huang's side and was then arrested alongside him. As Huang was being arrested, he yelled, "Let me stand up like a Taiwanese." After the arrest, Chiang Ching-kuo went to give a speech. A spokesman for World United Formosans for Independence said that they were in no way involved in the assassination attempt and that they can only deplore it. Huang escaped to Canada. Zheng escaped to Sweden, but was then extradited back to America and spent time in prison. During the time they lived abroad, Chiang Ching-kuo served as president from 1978 to 1988. Eventually, they would both return to Taiwan. Today, they have received honors from various institutions in Taiwan and elsewhere, but for their human rights activism, not for their attempted assassination. Peter Huang gave an interview in 2012 where he claimed that the assassination attempt was against an institution, not a person. He said that he believed that killing Chiang Ching-kuo would cause a power struggle within the ruling Kuomintang party, which would then allow for more political liberalization. Ironically, liberalization would come to Taiwan, and it would be under Chiang Ching-kuo. Chiang ended martial law, placed more Taiwanese in positions of power, and allowed for more opposition parties to participate in elections. The transition to full democracy was completed under his successor, Li Tenghui. Had Chiang been killed in 1970, that might not have happened. One-party rule might have lasted a lot longer than it did, or it could have ended violently in a revolution. Yen Jiagan might have had an actual full term, whereas in real life he just finished out Chiang Kai-shek's 5th term after he died in 1975. Chiang Wei-kuo, the adopted son of Chiang Kai-shek, might have become president as well. Maybe they would have done the same things as Chiang Ching-kuo. Maybe they wouldn't have. I don't know. The People's Republic of China could easily have taken advantage of either situation. If a one-party KMT state continued to exist into the 21st century, it would be increasingly diplomatically isolated. Such a country would likely be divided between those who still wanted to take back the mainland and those who supported one country, two systems with the People's Republic of China. Support for Taiwan independence would be suppressed. I think it's safe to say that if Huang and Zheng had succeeded in killing Chiang Ching-kuo, they would have ultimately hurt their own cause. I want to hear your thoughts, especially if you're from Taiwan. If Chiang Ching-kuo had been killed in 1970, do you think Taiwan would be better or worse off than it is today? Let me know in the comments.